So in today's video, we'll be showing exactly how to swap out these headlight housings on your 07 to 13 Silverado. Today we're going to be doing the entire housing, so if all you need is a bulb swap, I'll try and figure out how to put a link to that video up here somehow. So there's supposed to be three 10mm bolts that hold this headlight housing on. We got two up top, one there. Don't know if you can see this one. One under there, and one down below. That you might have to pull this inner fender back to see. The 2011 on this 08, it's a little easier to see these two up top. And definitely, when you have a good bumper, you're gonna have to pull that inner fender to see that one. Either way, we're gonna have to pull a couple pieces. First, this big plastic one on top, and the grill pops out easy too. Let's start with this one on the top. It's held in by these 10 little pop rivets, and I'll show you how to get them out. Comes out easy. Just get your flathead under the top part. If you want to be real fancy about it, they make these pop rivet pliers. Makes it easy. And with all 10 of those out, this ought to just pop right out. Unless you were using it for custom securement of the other headlight. So I guess I better cut those zip ties. Now it's free. Like I said, ought to pop right out and set out of the way. Now this grill. 2 out of 4 ain't bad. So it looks like we got about 6 clips holding this grill in. 2 in the middle on each side and 1 down below on each side. Looks like we just give them a squeeze with some needle nose and push them out. Having this little variety pack of needle nose helps a lot. All right, well, let's hope that's the hardest part of that job. That was kind of tricky, but apparently if you squeeze them right there in the middle, it seemed to have the best results. So since your truck will likely have the proper bumper that fits up tight here, you'll likely have to remove a little bit of this front inner fender liner and try and get a wrench up in here behind your bumper for this bottom bolt. Good news is we don't have to fully remove this one. We can just loosen it as the headlight's gonna just slide out of it. With all the bolts out, we ought to be able to just slide it out. And it's likely going a lot easier for me not having the bumper there. You might have to wiggle it and try and tilt it up to get it out. But once you got it out, find the main plug here and push in on this tab. Hopefully y'all can see. You'll push in on this tab and just unplug it. And let's go swap our lights over. Check if any of the bulbs need to be replaced. You know, make sure low and high beams are working and our blinker and all that. Well, I'd say that one's a little nicer than this. Let's swap these bulbs over real quick. We'll want to get the orientation the same for simplicity purposes. So these two little wire holders are a Torx T15 star bit. And I like to label them some sort of way so I know where to put them. Then a little arrow for which way the wires should be going. And all these bulbs are just a quarter turn counterclockwise to remove them. You find that little happy spot where the grooves go in. Yeah, get it nice and flush. And a quarter turn clockwise to install. Check our wires back into the little holders here. And that's ready to go in. Let's go put it back in. So the first thing we want to do is plug in our harness. Looks like it will only go one way. Kind of feel it snap in there, kind of tuck it up. And this low beam was bad, so we'll go ahead and swap it out while we're in here. And to get them off, you just pull these clips off it. It's funny, the low beams actually sit on top of the high beams. Now we want to get this hole on that bolt we loosened, and then those two go in those two holes there. Need to get lined up as well. And you can see it kind of matches the body. Get these top two started. Kind of hold it in place while we tighten it. And you might have to use a wrench. I might be cheating with my bumper set up like this. All right, I'm gonna try and get these 4 bottom clips in first. And now let's try and line up these top ones. Nice camera work. All right, now we can add the bolts. And maybe don't use an impact. I've already cracked the plastic on this new headlight housing by over torquing it. Alright, well that looks a lot nicer. And apart from making sure all the bulbs are working, the only other thing worth mentioning, I don't know if you can see it down here, this little white Allen, it appears to be a 6mm Allen, is how you adjust the headlights as far as for the pitch up and down.